How's it going, everybody? My name is Snazzy Patty, and today, man, we got ourselves another reaction. This video is by Dried Slices. It's called How a WRC Rally Car Actually Works. I know I said I wanted to get into the motorsport of rally racing and all that stuff, but then I took a month-long break, so without further ado, let's just get into this. As always, link to the original video down in the description below. Go check that out.
This is a rally car, and it's doing insane jumps, exceeding local speed limits on every corner, surviving scary crashes while keeping drivers safe, then being driven to their...
Imagine that happening. Like, what do you think that's going on through that, like, in the driver's head? Is it slow motion? Is it speeding up when that happens mentally, you know, how they're perceiving it? Are they thinking they're gonna die, you know?
Absolute limit afterwards. Now, here's the car it's based off of. What's crazy?
It's crazy what modifications can do to a car, man. You could really build a car into a supercar, like a little grocery getter, and turn that into a supercar.
There's only a few parts that make them different. What are those parts? Well, you gotta stick around to find out first. If you didn't know, the World Rally Championship takes drivers and cars and puts them on some of the most challenging roads possible. Then, they compete for the best times on individual stages, and a Mario Kart style time trial. This means drivers need to make quick decisions. Another thing about WRC is that when drivers crash, they crash like this.
Oh my god.
Crashes like these.
Roll cage and harnesses. That's it.
Because of roll cages.
Yeah.
Roll cages act like big support beams, holding the car together and preventing it from collapsing in on the drivers during a crash.
Yeah, because if not, that roof would have caved in, and I'm sorry about to be graphic real quick, but the head would have turned into mush.
Modern roll cages are able to withstand high impacts and sudden shocks, while also being able to hold the entire car's weight on top of it. There's no doubt roll cages save lives in motorsports.
Yeah.
Take NASCAR, for example. Since roll cages were
He's making a left turn, everybody. What's he gonna do next? Another left turn!
Introduced in the 1970s, deaths have gone down drastically. And in the last 20
That's
years,
good.
There's been absolutely zero. Just watch this clip.
You can see the driver's compartment inside the roll cage. That's what protected Harmon. Then Sauter comes by and hits what's left of the car. Moments later, the miracle.
Holy shit.
That car uninjured.
Completely yo.
Now, if the car just sat still, it wouldn't be useful. I want to talk about engines. In this specific car, mounted on the front, you got a 1.6 liter turbocharged inline 4-cylinder engine. 1.6 liter just means the size of these chambers.
That's smaller than a fucking 2-liter bottle of Pepsi.
Where fuel is blown up to push the cylinders. Larger chambers mean more fuel, which equals more power. Inline 4 is what we call those chambers when they're lined up straight.
Most, you know, like V versus... Okay. Not trying to explain this shit here. Y'all probably know more than me.
Now, what about turbocharged? To make a turbocharged engine, you need this weird-looking snail shell thing. That's just called a turbocharger. A turbocharger works by sucking in lots of cold air, which is usually denser for the engine. Combustion engines depend on air and fuel mixtures to make different amounts of power. The more fuel you use means the more air you need. Turbochargers use your exhaust to spin a turbine, which pulls in more air. More air, more fuel, more
power, baby.
Power. Now that's how you get an engine with around 380 horsepower. But can we make even more? Yes. All we have to do is add what's called a hybrid electric motor. This kicks our rally car's power up to around 514 horsepower. See, the engine spins what's called the drive shaft. That brings power from the engine to the back wheels. Then we just put our hybrid unit on top of that. Essentially, it helps spin the drive shaft with more power. Power just means torque. What's also great about it being a hybrid is that we get all that power instantly. This means our rally car can launch like a Tesla.
So okay, that makes sense. So, yeah, I'm learning something, guys.
In order to save the hybrid's battery power, because it's just that powerful that it needs its own battery, we can switch to our engine. Now another...
Oh, yo, hold on, go back. We gotta go back and listen to that. That was...
Now, another really important thing about rally cars is that they race on both dirt and asphalt roads, two very different surface types. That means
Which is like, you got to pick like an in-between for the wheelbase thing, because you can't go straight off-road and you can't go straight track.
they need some really good suspension, and there's a whole
That too.
bunch of different types of suspension out there. But this type can handle both types of terrain, plus it only has 4 parts. The lower arm is here to keep the wheels aligned, and while it keeps the wheels aligned, the ride we have is still pretty bumpy. So we add a shock absorber, which comes in 2 parts, a spring and a damper. The spring acts like a soft pillow against the bumpy and rocky ground. But now, nothing's stopping us from doing a huge jump and then coming back down and smashing our entire car suspension to pieces. To fix this problem, we add a damper, which slows down how fast our springs can open and close. But there's still one more issue. Body roll.
Flip that bitch.
At
Yep.
its best, this just means lifting one of our pair of wheels off the ground.
At
at
its
the
worst, you're
this means
flipping.
entirely flipping our car over. So we add a sway bar. This physically connects both of the wheels together.
Yeah, wait, hold on real quick. Y'all saw how that, look at the roof, how it crushes in.
So we add a sway bar.
Right there.
This physically connects both of the wheels together. And it works like this. Turning twists the sway bar in the middle, which causes your inner wheel to lift with the original wheel. This gives the side that's in the air more leverage to pull it downward back onto the ground flat. Without a sway bar, it's like you're pulling a seesaw down from the middle to one side. Instead, I'd rather push down on the edge, where it makes it a lot easier to lift the other side. Now, there's only 2 more items left to go through, but I want to say first, this video took a lot longer than I thought it was going to, and that's because of all the animations
Yeah, real quick, shout out to this video, this editing. This guy is making a great video. Like, it's actually really informative, fun to watch. Like, the visuals are cool. I like the models he's using, you know, the Roblox, the video games, all that to, like, show you. Like, so it's really good for, like, visual learning. I'm not gonna lie. This guy, shout out to your editing.
put into the video. So if you want to see more animations like that in another video of mine, make sure to subscribe, because it helps out a lot. Now let's talk about grip and why it's super important in rally. And if you didn't know, grip just comes from the tires. What tires a rally car uses.
People don't realize how important your tires are for your car. It's like one of the first things you should do when it comes to modifying your car if you're trying to modify is tires. Get better tires. They help so much with performance.
Determines whether or not it has grip. With aggressive tread, we can grab onto loose surfaces like gravel or snow. With light tread, we can't grab on the loose surfaces, but we can grab onto asphalt.
That's me all the time. Every time I'm playing Dirt Rally or whatever, just slipping and sliding off the sides. I suck at this game, bro. Dirt Rally, oh my god.
A lot better. The tread of our tires determines whether or not it has grip. But to go even further, which tires we choose to spin determines our grip level in those conditions. If only the back 2 tires are putting down torque, like in a rear-wheel drive setup,
Not
we have
good.
a small amount of grip being used by our tires. Now, this would normally apply to front-wheel driven cars, but there's a major difference. Take your hand and push down really hard onto your palm. Now try and move your hand around. And what you'll notice is I'm stupidly just pushing around a table. But
Yep.
this is what gives front-wheel drive rally cars more grip than a rear-wheel drive one. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because rear-wheel drive, I forgot which one it is, but one's understeer, one's oversteer, like, causes it more to happen, right? And that's why rear-wheel drives are preferred for, you know, drifting, because you can get that wider turn. That's that, was that oversteer, right? Or understeer, whatever. And then with front-wheel drive, yeah, you can make those tighter corners and turns and stuff like that out of, you know, faster, too, than you could with rear-wheel drive, where your back end's going to kick out when you're trying to make those turns at a faster pace, especially if you have the torque.
Engine's weight pushing down onto those 2 front wheels. But if you want the most grip, you go for all-wheel drive. With all 4 tires pulling us forward, we now have twice the amount of grip than the other 2 types. This gives us a huge advantage on every type of surface. It's the reason why every rally car now, since they were introduced back in the 80s, uses a 4-wheel drive setup. The closest ever finish in Rally Championship history was 0 0.2 seconds. Only
Damn.
0.2 seconds was the difference between one man's loss and another driver's amazing victory during the World Rally
What even? I wonder what the mistake was that costed that 2 seconds. Honestly. Or 0.2
Championship
seconds.
in 2024. What his victory shows is how important the relationship between a car and its driver are. That's why the insides of rally cars look like one of those fidget cubes you'd find on Amazon. Let's start by going over the steering wheel. Behind the steering wheel is a display for all the types of buttons. The driver can display any piece of information he wants to know about his car. Customization matters in a driver's cockpit. That's why every car in the WRC has a completely different steering wheel. But here's an overview for the Hyundai i20. You get a dial for wipers, a dial for headlights, a flash headlight button, a shift display button so drivers know which gear they're in, a horn button, an alarm button, a button for displaying RPM, a button for launch control, which allows drivers to control how fast their car accelerates. But that's just the driver's side. On what's called the co-driver's side,
I was just gonna say, we can't just overshadow the co-driver because he's the one telling us what to do because we don't know. Like, when I'm playing my game, right? I don't even know what he's telling me. He's telling me, like, sharp corner 3, crescent jump, stuff like. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna assume I know what you mean. I'm gonna hope for the best, right? But in real life, yeah, you have to really know what they're saying. Obviously, you do if you're doing this at a competition level. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't believe you don't get to run the course beforehand, like at like other types of races or sport, like motorsports, where you get to run the course a few times, get your times, and then you race against other people. Because the whole point of this is you're racing for your time. You got one shot. So I'm assuming they don't get to see what the course is like. So that's why these guys have the notes and stuff so they can tell the driver what's about to come up.
you usually have some kind of GPS display. There's space for plenty of tools just in case their car gets damaged on the road. And lastly, just a notebook and pencil. If you couldn't guess already, the co-driver's job is to navigate, and they navigate using
full cut open, brake 30, very slippy.
These are called pace notes, and every turn gets its own unique pace note. First, they say the gear the car should be in.
Okay, here, I need to pay attention for this part. Let me lock in.
Then the direction. They'll also use completely unique words like hairpin or titans.
I thought okay, so when I looked it up, I was told that the number is the sharpness level. You know, 4 being not too sharp, I think, and then like 1 being like almost a damn near 90-degree, like you gotta whip that bitch.
Words like long or short, which are used constantly, describe how long the turn goes for. Also, comment down below if you watch the entire video. Thanks!
That was a great video by Dried Slices, man. Sorry for the shorter reaction video today. I'm a bit busy. I got stuff to do, but I'll be recording tomorrow. I got a video posting the day I'm recording this, so there'll be a video out. We're getting back into this, I promise, guys. We're not going inconsistent. We're not taking another month-long break, I promise. With all that being said, man, please check out Dried Slices' video. This was amazing. I might check out more videos if he has anything more rally-related. But anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay safe, stay snazzy, stay blessed.